The horses at this ranch behaved in a very unusual way. Every day, they would constantly sniff their owner's stomach, and if she refused, they would stubbornly follow her everywhere, running closely behind her. At first, the woman did not think much of it. Only later did she finally understand the reason behind their behavior. After all, these horses had all been rescued by her at great expense, so their affectionate actions seemed completely natural. Sometimes, they would even rest their heads on her lap and peacefully fall asleep. She truly cherished the joyful moments they shared together. As the horses became increasingly attached to her, she eventually decided to visit the hospital for a checkup. To her surprise, she discovered that she was pregnant. The unexpected news filled her with excitement, as she had struggled with infertility for many years. Yet after adopting these horses, she was finally expecting a child. As her belly grew larger day by day, some of the horses appeared almost unable to contain their happiness. They eagerly awaited the arrival of their little master, becoming even more protective and gentle toward her. Sometimes, they would softly lean their heads against her stomach, quietly sensing the tiny light growing inside. Soon, the woman reached her due date. Before heading to the hospital, she shared one final heartfelt moment with the horses, almost like a blessing ceremony. When the horses finally met the baby they had been waiting for, their reaction touched everyone present. One horse gently pulled the stroller closer and carefully stared at the newborn for a long time. Whenever the baby appeared, the horses would gather around to sniff the baby's scent, and the child often drifted peacefully to sleep surrounded by the soothing sound of their breathing. Knowing how much the horses had anticipated the baby's arrival for 10 long months, the woman frequently brought the child to spend time with them. To avoid frightening the little one, the horses were always incredibly calm and gentle, never displaying any aggressive behavior. The woman completely trusted them, believing that their arrival had somehow brought this miracle into her life. Day after day, they stayed close together, and their bond quietly grew stronger. The child also developed a deep love for the horses. Every time the massive animals stood before her, she would burst into joyful laughter. While other children grew up with cats and dogs, her childhood companions were a group of extraordinarily loving horses. As time passed, the horses slowly grew older, and the little girl eventually learned how to walk. She would often lead the horses out for strolls by herself. No matter how mischievously she played around them, the horses would simply lie quietly on the ground, patiently enjoying the company of the child they had watched grow up. Their gentle affection moved countless people. Before long, the little girl grew older, and her greatest joy each day was spending time beside the horses. She would often bring carrots to feed them, sharing a special bond built through years of companionship. Whenever she knocked on the stable door, the horses would immediately poke their heads out to greet her. Through their long years together, the girl came to see them as her best friends. She would even share her favorite biscuits with them. Whenever she noticed dirt on their bodies, she would carefully clean them without hesitation. From a young age, she learned how to groom their manes, while the horses stood patiently, enjoying the loving care of their little owner. Although they could not communicate through words, there was an indescribable sense of closeness between them. Whenever the girl grew tired, she would rest peacefully on the horse's back. And perhaps one day, when she grows up, she will become an exceptional rider.